Good morning everybody and welcome to a new release announcement video for Maho 25.11. This is the last release we're gonna have in 2025 and its code name is 𝗀𝗃. Why did I choose this name? Because, and I want to start from this part of the changelog, this release is probably the biggest one and the most important one that we had since the beginning of the project. Maho completely cuts cords with the previous subsystem that came from Magento 1 and OpenMage, meaning we are going 100% vanilla JavaScript. There's no prototype.js, there's no jQuery, there's no other JavaScript library, both in front end and back end. But most of all with this release, we cut cords with Zend framework. Zend framework was a really old, very important library we had in the PHP world. It was simply amazing, but unluckily it's not supported anymore since many years. And we in Maho rewrote part of the subsystem in order to use different kind of libraries that are more modern, more performant, more secure. And with Maho 25.11 𝗀𝗃, we finally finished this huge task. This release of Maho doesn't come with Zend framework at all. So, we finished the work on all of the subcomponents. Mainly, I want to focus on what was previously ZendDB, which is now migrated to Symfony doctrine, database abstraction layer. So Maho is now effectively a drop-in replacement for Magento 1/OpenMage projects that's based mainly on Symfony, but then that has components from other frameworks. Nowadays, Maho is based on mainly Symfony, then with some components from Laminas and other stuff from the rest of the amazing PHP ecosystem. We also don't have variant anymore. All of the previous variant underscore classes have been migrated under the libmaho folder with proper namespace support. We did it in a backward compatible way because PHP 8.3, which is our minimum version, supports class aliases. So previous code that was using variant underscore classes, it's still being able to function and to work. This is super important for us, super big milestone. I'm so happy about this release. So this is a brand new start for the Maho world. But then let's go into some other juicy stuff. We rebuilt the web installer. So web installer can be important for small projects that don't have, deployment pipelines and whatever. Let's go to this new tab and let's open my, development environment. This is the new, in my opinion, very nice layout of the web installer. Let's use it, set up localization. It's fine with the default. It is my development environment, so everything is, not really super secure. We have password strength meter now. Let's see, this is okay, session in file system. Then we can use, Fabrizio, my email address, and then username and the password and the password confirmation. And the installation wheel, and we have beautiful animations here. I think it is a far more pleasant experience when you want to install Maho, using the web and not from the command line. Now I want to talk to you about another super important feature. If you remember, our previous version had customer segmentation, which up until now it was reserved for kind of like more enterprise platforms, but now we have it bundled in the Maho community, which is the only version that we have. But now we've improved on it with email automation, which I think it's a super important marketing tool. In the release note, which is also available on our blog, on our website, mahocommerce.com, you have all of the information, and I want to show it to you on the website. If you go to document documentation, and then email automation. You have all of the documentation here, so you can understand everything from the technical point of view, but also from the user point of view. And we have documentation also for the customer segmentation. You know, it's very, we're trying to have the most complete documentation possible. Let's go to the backend, and it is under the customer segments session. Let's create a test segment. We can say that it's an active segment. It's on the main website, all of the customers group. We can say, you know, we have all of these amazing conditions that are supported. Let's, you know, just fakely say, okay, first name is Fabrizio. Okay, this is our segment. We can decide if we want to enable email automation for this segment, and also if we want to enable overlapping sequences. You know, this is a super brief documentation if you want to understand what overlapping sequences are. Let's save the segment, and we see two new tabs that are, in my opinion, super amazing and super complete to allow us to automate email sending. We're now able to build two different sequences of emails that can run either on enter, meaning when a customer is entering the segment, but also when a customer is exiting the segment. So for example, goodbye emails or whatever. And for example, if we are building a segment for abandoned carts, we can say when the customer is entering this segment, we can send this email. We can choose an email template that we can build from the newsletter templates section, and we can say we want to send it to the customer, you know, 10 minutes after that the customer entered the segment. But also we can generate coupons based on cart promotion rules. We can have custom prefix, we can have custom expiration date for the coupons, and most of all, what I was telling you about before, we can have a sequence, meaning we can have multiple emails that we can send to the customer with a custom delay that it's measured in minutes, but obviously you can say hours and, you know, days or whatever. And the sequence can be interrupted if the customer exits the conditions of the segment. This is just like a 2 minutes introduction to this super amazing new feature, but it's very complete and very interesting. I really suggest to you to check it out, to see and read the documentation to see what is its full potential for this amazing new tool that it's available in Maho 25.11. So these are for sure the most important things that are bundled in Maho 25.11. But if we go back to the changelog, we can see a couple of interesting new things like array adapter for the import-export module. It is completely documented on our website, so I highly suggest you to check it out. Better SVG support for, you know, favicon and placeholder with sanitization for safety, better handling of product duplications, and much more stuff. So this is it for Maho 25.11 announcement. Obviously, you can download this new version through packages via Composer, obviously, or you can check out our official Docker images based on FrankenPHP, which are already updated. If you want to help us with the development of Maho, I would really appreciate if you check out the sponsors page on our website, and if you can consider becoming a sponsor of Maho. Let's stay in contact both on Discord or on GitHub. You can send me an email at any time. I'm more than willing to have a chat with you all, and I will see you soon in the next release announcement video. Bye bye.